Hello and welcome to Cruise Addicted. This is Emma. I've just returned from a wonderful week on P&O Cruises Iona and I'd love to show you the ship. As you can see, we've been on a Christmas cruise and the ship was beautifully decorated with all the Christmas decorations. Anyway, let's start in the Atrium. Beautifully decorated with marble floors and stairs. It's all got a grey feel about the ship, very modern, quite contemporary, lots of open space. So quite the heart of the ship. Atrium stems over decks 6, 7 and 8 and all the bars, restaurants kind of filter off this area. So let's start with the Emerald Bar. Here is a perfect location to sit and have a pre-dinner cocktail. Great cocktails here. I had one with raspberry sorbet and raspberry liqueur, prosecco, a little bit of mint on the top. Needed a spoon to eat it or drink it, but it was a really tasty cocktail. So coming off the Atrium, you have the 710 Club. If you're a fan of live music, then this is a must. You have to pre-book this on the app. You can sometimes get lucky and turn up on the door and there may be a spare couple of seats for you, but this is super popular and it's on every night of the week, normally 3 performances. So when you board, be sure to get onto that P&O Cruises portal and get yourself a booking to come and see the live music here. Really great atmosphere in here. So this is Anderson's Bar and Library, made up over 2 sections. So this section is the library part. You've got books you can borrow and use, or if you want to bring your own books on a sea day, come and sit here quietly. But you can play cards, do your puzzle books, do jigsaw puzzles. Then on this side is Anderson's. It's a quiet bar, lovely for a gin and tonic pre-dinner, or if you just fancy meeting up with people after a meal before a show, then Anderson's is a really popular location. Situated right opposite the cinema. This is Ocean Studios. There are 4 screens here, so when we were on, it was all Christmas movies plus Barbie, so there was a nice selection. Here we can see the seats inside one of the theatres. So quite a popular location, especially for the younger population, passengers rather. As you can see, Home Alone, Die Hard, Barbie, all those great films were being shown. So heading back to the Atrium, this is the Vista Cafe Bar. So if you fancy a proper coffee like a latte, a cappuccino, or you want a herbal tea, something like that, then you can enjoy a great cup of coffee here in the Atrium, or they use these blue refillable cups. So if you want to go for a walk around the deck with your coffee, then that's a really good idea. Also, you can get some pastries here. If you want something grab and go, then you'll find it here at the Vista Cafe Bar. So Iona is 19 decks high and comes in at just under 185,000 gross tonnes. Delivered in 2020, but due to the COVID pandemic, didn't make her debut until 2021. So let's continue on deck 6. This is the Limelight Club. This is a restaurant that is pre-bookable before you sail, so you can book and pay for this all before you board the ship. They have special guests here. We had, for example, Kevin Sims from The Voice and Wet Wet Wet. It's a 3-course dinner and then you have the show. You can book this on board if there is availability, but it is very, very popular. So it's good to, if you want to do the Limelight Club, know your itinerary and get it booked in advance. So this is the menus that we had on board and a couple of videos here of the this is a starter. I had the ham, my husband had the mushrooms that look like scallops, we both had the beef and we both had the chocolate bomb. Really nice way it's done here. Food was delicious. Yes, there's the supplement to eat here, but it's a really nice treat and the entertainment was great. He was very entertaining, very upbeat, lots of energy, so highly recommend Limelight Club. For those familiar with cruising, here is the art gallery, selection of artwork you can hang on your wall or some more unusual sculptures or statues that you can put on your shelves. So it's all here. They do art auctions as well. If that's your kind of thing, come down and have a look. For something more relaxing, we have the Oasis Spa and Health Club. So if you want to come and have a facial and massage, there were lots of offers on board. You can pre-book as well. They also have a hair salon if you want your nails done. All the lovely treats you can pre-book here. So if you want to head to the theatre, then pop over to the Headliners Theatre. You can pre-book your seats before you leave for your cruise at home. You can also chop and change your bookings on board using the P&O portal. This is full of entertainment. We were treated to, this is Ukebox. They were 4-piece with the ukuleles. Very good fun, very funny performance. Marco Pierre White did a cookery demonstration and also some book signings. And there was the new Wavelength game show that Ben Shepherd from Tipping Point has created, which is passengers are in that one. And then there's also the Take That's Greatest Day. So right next door to the theatre, either great to have a pre-theatre drink or post-theatre get-together. This is Brody's. There's live music in here. Most of the quizzes are done actually in this room too. There's television screens, so you can always see the screen if you're taking part in a quiz. If you fancy a game of pool, there's a pool table here too. So really nice place to come, pre-dinner drinks, meeting up with your friends, or after the theatre, come in here just to finish off the evening for some entertainment. Then you'll find that in here. Right next door also to the casino, so it has quite a nice flow here, whether you want to sit and have a drink or dip over and use some of the machines or the go on the roulette tables, then it's all in the same area. So coming up to deck 7, this is the Glass House, another restaurant. This one can be booked on your portal. What I would suggest you do when you board the ship is have a look through the portal and look at the evenings that you're wanting to be pre-booking something rather than the main dining room, and just kind of get everything pre-selected. Really nice place to sit up here and have a glass of wine at the Glass House as well. You've got the open gallery that's over the deck below, so it's really spacious an area up here. You can also bring your coffee up here and just watch the world go by. Not so drafty, because you tend to find where the gangway is on the lower deck there, it can be a bit cooler down there if the gangway's open. But here it's just nice to sit and watch the world go by. So this is the Glass House. It's a lovely spacious atrium. There's always somewhere to sit, and it's so pretty with all the Christmas decorations as well. So let's carry on. This is going through from the Glass House into the guest services area. So if you need to come and see someone for the reception, if you've got an issue with your bill or just need to ask a question, then pop to guest services. Right next door you have the photo hub, quite a modern facility. Everything is done in an on-screen way now, so you can choose your photographs. Nothing's printed anymore like in the old days where you see all the photographs on the boards. Now the one thing that's pretty impressive on Iona is the shopping. There is a mall effect. There's lots of shops. You've got Pandora, you've got duty free if you want to take a litre of spirits or some cigarettes home. You've got perfumes and cosmetics. There's clothing, and there's also high-end, high-quality jewellery and watches. There's something for everyone. There's something if you just want a basic souvenir, or if you want a more high-end, upmarket luxury item, then come and have a look at the ships. They're always open on a sea day, and once you've left port, the ships open up again. So come and treat yourself, especially if you've got some on-board spend. What better way than to get yourself a gift in the shops? Almost a Pretty Woman moment when I saw this beautiful ruby and diamond necklace. So here we have the shore excursion desk. If you want to come and have a chat with them, not sure about what tours you want to do, or you can pre-book at home, so that the choices are always there for you. So coming up to deck 8, we have the Keel and Cow restaurant. This is one of the steakhouses. It's a pre-bookable option through the P&O portal on your phone. Once you're on board, you can come here for breakfast. That's a supplement cost for the breakfast here, or you can come for an evening meal. There's steak, and as you can see on this menu here, you can have a rough idea what the extra costs are per dish if you want to eat here. We had a really lovely meal here as well, so I highly recommend it. So also on deck you have Ripples, the ice cream bar. So you can come and get an ice cream if you fancy something for pudding rather than eating something on the main dining room menu. You can have all the sprinkles and the toppings on top of your ice cream. A really nice sweet treat. It's something the kids obviously love. There is a supplement to eat there, but it's really good. So here we have Sindhu, which is the Indian restaurant on board. This can be booked at home or on the portal as soon as you board. This is exceptionally busy. We didn't get a chance to eat here. We were on board for a week for a pre-Christmas cruise, and we couldn't get in. It was just chock-a-block every night. So if this is one you want to go to, then again, I highly recommend you booking this before you sail in advance. So this is the quays. You can grab fish and chips. There is a fusion kind of Asian cuisine, and there's the boardwalk diner if you want something like some fried chicken. You can also have your breakfasts here. Lots of seating in here, bit more grab and go, so you can, if you only want a quick breakfast or quick lunch but don't want to go up to the buffet, then this is a super area. Right next door to the Olive Grove restaurant, you can just see up ahead there, and this is also right next door to the clubhouse, which in the evening turns into the Cabaret Lounge. So you have live music, you have the house band, there's disco, dancing into the small hours here. It's a big venue, really good fun in here. We had lots of Christmas parties going on. During the day also you have talks, so we had different talks. Alex James from Blur, he did a talk about his cheese and his life in Blur, the pop band, and then also we had a reporter from the newspapers who wanted to talk about when the press get the stories a little bit wrong and the headliners don't quite match what the story should be. So this was very entertaining, actually. Really enjoyed this talk. So another really good location is actually found if you carry on through the clubhouse and out the back door, then you come to the Sunset Bar. So if you want to have a drink before dinner, you want to go outside but you don't want to be up on the main deck where the swimming pools are, and you just want to sit and have a quiet drink here and watch the sail away, this is a great location. Lots of spaces. There's also a hot tub here. I've never seen so many hot tubs on a ship, especially on the promenade area of this ship. There were whirlpools and hot tubs everywhere. So this is in Rotterdam. You can see the main bridge there, you can see the bar. This is a really nice area just to chill and watch the world. If you don't want the noise of the main Lido, I highly recommend this place as well. And this will just give you a view. If you're actually on the Lido looking down onto this back deck, this is what it looks like from above as well. So come for a walk with me around the promenade deck. 0.6 miles, 0.6 of a mile, not quite half a mile, just a bit longer than half a mile to go all the way around. Took me just over 8 minutes. So 2 laps, 15 minutes, you've got your steps in for the day. You can see also the balcony cabins here. I know I'm going super fast, where the balconies don't actually overlook the sea, they overlook the promenade deck, which is quite a quirky feature. And there we go, you can just see them here again. And then you have, as I said earlier, whirlpools, quite a few whirlpools on this. There's one here, look. I've never seen so many hot tubs on a ship. So there we go. This is a really zooming lap around Iona while we were berthed in Rotterdam. 0.6 miles, 0.6 of a mile. Yeah, that was quite a walk around. Anyway, this is the Olive Grove, the Mediterranean restaurant. If you fancy a pizza, but you want a nice pizza. If you want something Greek to eat, just something with something with a lighter feel, a lasagna, something like that. The Olive Grove is perfect. This is another book it through the portal restaurant. This gets very busy. We only managed to get in here one night. So again, it's a bit boring, but to book it on your first day, it's highly recommended. So we've come up now to deck 17. This is the Crow's Nest Bar, right at the front of the ship, facing forward. one of the best views in the house, in my opinion. I love sitting at the crow's nest. I love watching the sea on a sea day. I love coming up here for sail away, especially the sail away parties. There's always a bit of live music going on in the evenings here as well. It's one of my favourite locations. Deck 17 forward. So if you have little ones, or I should say 2 to late teens, then there are several kids clubs on board Iona. The Reef, there's H2O, scuba, surfers and splashers. There's a lot going on for children. They have a full activity here. As I said, it was Christmas. We had Wallace and Gromit on board. You could have pictures with him. And Shaun the Sheep, I think, was also floating around somewhere. And they also did a pantomime in the Headliners Theatre. So it was a real family festive occasion. So here we have the gym and the health club. Really good selection of machines in here, whether you like treadmills, cycling. You can have spin classes here. There's a studio. There's a good selection of weights. So if you're keen on coming to the gym early before you go off on tour, then or even at the end of the day, there's a really good gym here. Deck 18, you can find the retreat, adult-only location, an area you have to pay a supplement to use, but a really nice location. Deck 18, this is the Beachcomber pool and bar. Bit too cold for us to be out there in December for the Christmas market, so hence it's quite quiet out on deck. But this area looks lovely. I can quite happily see myself sat here with a cold mocktail, enjoying the sunshine, and maybe, who knows, having a dip in the pool. But this area looks really lovely. That's just showing you from deck 19, looking down onto the Beachcomber pool and bar there. Lots of sun decks on this ship. You should never have an issue getting a sunbed here. Maybe he always gets a little bit busy around the pool, but if you just want to sit generally on deck and on a sea day, watch the sea, then there are lots and lots of sun deck space, lots of sun decks, lots of sun chairs, sunbeds. So you really shouldn't have an issue. And again, more hot tubs, more whirlpool spas. As I say, I've never seen so many on a ship. There are lots and lots on this ship. So this is the outside area to where the Sky Dome is. So through those doors, you'd actually come into the upper level of where the Sky Dome is. But we'll come to the Sky Dome shortly. But here's another hot tub. As I say, there's loads of hot tubs. This is quite a nice area. You can just sit, if you don't want to sit in the sun, want to sit out on deck, but just have a bit of shelter, then this is quite a nice area. If you want to come and have some lunch out here, or just a drink away from the heat of the sun, then that's a nice spot too. There's a giant chess set if you fancy a game of chess. So this is part of the children's area. This is their splash zone, so they can run around and scream and shout and get wet from the fountains of water dripping down onto them. All secure in there. They can't get out and onto the main deck area. Then you have the sports arena, should you want to come up and kick a football around or shoot some hoops in the basketballs. You've got quite a big court area here, so let's just go through the netting. There we go, you can see the court set up there and the hoops, and then you can play golf if you fancy just hitting a few golf balls into the net, onto the target. You can come and try a hand at a bit of golf. So this is the panorama bar and pool area. We're now aft on deck 18. That's the panorama bar, so you can get a drink here, mocktail, cold drink, while family have a swim. Or if you want to swim, this is one of the infinity pools. Great views over the other infinity pools. So there are two infinity pools on this ship. So this is the one at the panorama, and then that one is the infinity bar and pool on the lower decks. So there is a shower here. Actually, there you can see into the swimming pool on the panorama deck. More hot tubs, so yeah, adds to the count. There we go, we just turned it on so you can get a nice flavour of the bubbles with the hot tub coming to life there. So this is different to Avia. So Avia, this is a swim up bar. On Iona, it's just more like a splash deck. So deck 17, you have the deck games. If you want to do some shuffleboard or quoits, you have table tennis, but there's also an enclosed area for children to play table tennis too. So let's head into the Sky Dome. This is the outside view of it, and then we'll head on in and show you around. So there's a few bars within the Sky Dome. This is the Sky Bar. There's also, there we go, here's an area looking over the pool, and you can see the Sky Bar over in the distance there. So you've got seating area around the pool. This area at night, all the performances happen here. There's a retractable cover that comes across the swimming pool, so the acts can dance over the swimming pool. You have high trapeze kind of shows, you have musical shows, singing, entertainment, and also silent discos. And the lights in here is absolutely wacky, so it's a really good entertainment zone. So this is just I think they were called Rocks, and this is the headliners dance troupe, so they're just doing another performance up here, and you can see where the retractable cover has come across, and high ropes, high ribbons, all done over the swimming pool. And look, we were having a go on the silent disco, so it was great fun. And actually the silent disco was with Alex James and his son Geronimo, so yeah, good fun. Ice cream, so daytime, kids are in the pool, they want an ice cream. There's an ice cream parlour up here, all the ice cream flavours, strawberry, vanilla, you name it. Taste 360 is great if you want hot dog, street food, pizza, burger. So this is a really cool location. And another hot tub. This is a really versatile location. Lots to do in the evening here. It's a really good way of, splitting the entertainment across the whole of the ship. So this is the main Horizon restaurant, the buffet, otherwise known as. We tend to come to the buffet for breakfast. We like the selection of different foods and cereals and breakfast stuff. We like just to serve ourselves and quick breakfast, and off we go out on exploring on a tour or just independently. But it's a really good sized location, lots of seating. We didn't have an issue. In the evening you have the chef's table, and this is when we went to the beach house. This is the lava rock steak. It is incredible. So the main dining rooms are found just off of the Atrium on deck 6 and 7. So we're just heading back there now, but just to show you, there's a gin distillery on board distilling her own gin with Iona. It's called Marabelle, and you can taste it on board. So there are 4 main dining rooms on Iona. You have the Coral and the Pearl restaurant are the ones that are on top of each other, so they have very much a similar setup and decor. And then you have the 2 smaller ones, which are the Opal and the Aqua restaurants. So I preferred the smaller ones. I prefer the layout and the style in there. The menus are exactly the same. It's just a personal choice. So if you like something light and airy, head for the Coral and the Pearl. If you want something more intimate and a little bit smaller, head for the Opal and the Aqua restaurants. So just to finish off with the restaurant section here, I'm just going to show you a selection of the meals that we had on board. All really delicious. I don't think anything was not up to standard. I think it was all really well prepared, well produced, and it all tasted delicious. So yeah, highly recommend the main dining rooms if you're not a fan of paying for speciality dining. We did treat ourselves to afternoon tea at the Atrium, which is situated right next door to the Crow's Nest on deck 17 forward. A really delicious afternoon tea. We had, these are cake pops, which were really yummy. We had filled rolls, there were crab tartlets, scones, those little pearls that pop on your tongue, those were mango. Absolutely delicious. And finally, I'm going to show you our cabin. We had an ocean view cabin, 5630. It was a winter cruise, so we weren't overly worried about having a balcony. And the ideal situation with this cabin is the balcony space is actually made into a window seat, which is really lovely if you just want to sit and look at what's going on. I mean, you can see there the port outside. So let me tell you about this cabin. We had it made up as a double. You've got a couple of bedside shelves there. Great for plugging in, 3-pin plug sockets. USB slots are found under the light, the bedside light, so you can plug your iPhone in or your Apple Watch. As you can see, we've got something plugged in on that side there. You have a night light, and there's also a reading light with these units, so there's a choice. So you can see how what good size the window seat is. I was more than happy to sit there and watch the ship coming into port rather than standing out on a cold balcony. I would definitely have this cabin again. I thought it was very spacious, didn't miss the balcony at all, and it's highly recommended. So you can just see me fiddling about with the lights there. So you've got the reading light and the night light there. Choice of if you don't want to have a light that's too bright at night. The one thing also I will just say is that the bathroom light stays on a low setting until you actually turn the switch on to make the main lights come on. There is always a night light within the bathroom. So good sized television, you've got a couple of little storage cupboards there, a little thin one. Actually, we weren't using the kettle, so we popped the kettle in there, so it gives you an idea of how wide that shelf unit was. It did come with a plug-in hairdryer. I bought my own, so it's just put away for the time being. A couple of extra shelves there. Fridge with the standard kind of cabin fridge. British plug sockets, but there's also a European two-pin socket if you have a shaver or toothbrush. So you've got teacups and teaspoons. If you want to have tea and coffee in the cabin, they actually sit on this little black unit here, and you pull the drawer open and you've got your tea, coffees, milks, all your little bits and bobs that you need if you want to have a cup of tea or coffee in your cabin. The good little storage shelves around the mirror if you want your toiletries, so they're not going to fall off. They're all kind of held in there. Wardrobes, you've got the one with the mirror, so you've got two full-length doors you open there, so full length for hanging dresses, suits, things like that. Then you've got one with what you would say cubby holes, so you've got a few different cubby holes there, and then on the end you've got a safe, so another cubby hole above, and then for shirts and t-shirts, jumpers, more hanging space there. You have a little side table so you can sit and put your cup of tea down. Actually, it's a good sized cabin. There's a sofa bed in this one should you have a third passenger stay in the cabin also. Wouldn't have had an issue. It's very spacious if three of us had been in here. My sons are not little children anymore, so late teens. He wouldn't have had an issue. We wouldn't have been tripping over each other. So good sized shower. You've got the washing line that comes diagonally across if you want to dry off your swimmers. You've got shampoo, and you've got a body wash here. There's no conditioner and there's no body lotion anymore, so if you like those products you will need to bring them with you. It's just shampoo and body wash in the shower. There's no step into the shower. It's literally flush with the floor. So some ships you do have a bit of a step up into the shower, but it's pretty same level as the bathroom floor. So you've got towel rails, you've got extra couple of shelves there, you've got a hand soap and tissue paper. So yeah, pretty good sized bathroom actually. A couple of cubby holes for your toilet bags, and a good mirror. Lots of light in here. So yeah, not bad at all. So passenger laundrettes are featured on most of the decks. This was ours on deck 5. Good selection of washer and dryer and a couple of ironing boards and irons, and also a sink if you need to hand wash anything. And there's also some washing baskets, which I found quite good, because my last ship there were no washing baskets and you had to put everything in a carrier bag. So here we go, there's Iona from the outside. We're on one of the river boats coming past her in Rotterdam, and this is Emma signing off now really. I hope you've enjoyed the tour. So yeah, like, share and subscribe, and bye for now.